This is a Fender twin amp. It's from 2001 or 2, I think. This is a top-end 100 watt tube amp from Fender. Two 12-inch speakers, which we'll see when we go around the back, and two channels that do a couple of things, clean and dirty, obviously. Let's just take you around the amp first. Let's turn it on so that the tubes get warm, which you need to do before it gets going. So here we go on the back, power switch. I'll just turn that on and you'll see the light goes on around here. Then you've got the standby switch, which you need to keep off while it warms up. You've got power sockets for your normal kettle lead. Then you've got fuse, and here we have the quarter power switch, which I've got as quarter power. I'm going to switch it up to 100 watts for this demonstration, but the quarter power obviously brings it down from 100 watts to 25 watts. Then we've got the send and return effects loop, which allows you to use an effects loop and to balance the relative volumes before and after your effects loop. Okay, then you've got the preamp out, power amp in. I don't really use those. Foot switch, which I'll show you in a minute. Then you've got various bits that I don't understand, frankly. External speaker, main speaker plugs, and the details that you need if you want to hook up a cab to that. And inside you've got your two Fender speakers made by Eminence, I think. You've got a space, I don't know how well you can see it there, to strap in your foot switch, and a little bit of space if you want to fill that up with other stuff when you're moving this beast around. It's a very heavy amp. It's about 6 stone, I think, without anything else in it, so it takes a bit of moving around. Thankfully it's got casters down there. These are the original casters that have lasted well for about 10 years, roughly. Now on the front, well on the top, you've got a handle on the front, input, and then you've got the controls for your first channel. You've got volume, you've got treble, bass and middle, and a bright switch as well. Now with these, I read something ages ago about Fender 6 being a good sound. So you have your volume on 6, your treble on 6, and then your bass on 2, middle on 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Then that gives you a kind of standard kind of sound that you can work from. Now volume 6 on 100 watts is going to be very loud. I'm going to turn that down a bit for this demonstration. Over here we've got the second channel, which is the dirty drive kind of channel, and again I'm going to put it on that Fender 6, treble 6, bass 2, middle 3, 2 times 3 is 6. Gain, we'll start with it fairly low, we'll have a look at that in a moment, and volume relatively low, we'll see what it is. Channel select, if you're not using the foot switch then you can do this to turn it on and off, but at the moment the foot switch is controlling that. Then you've got all the other bells and whistles. You've got your reverb here, which is a nice reverb sound. You've got speed and intensity for tremolo, which is fairly self-explanatory. And you've got presence, which is your ordinary presence control for both channels. And you've got your light. That's the amp to start off with. Now we'll have a look at what it sounds like. Now one thing I forgot to show you before was the foot switch. As you can see, it's a 4 buttons foot switch, which does the simple jobs. It changes the channel and gives you the light to tell you that you're on the dirty channel, or it's off to show you that you're on the clean channel. Then you've got the effects loop, which turns it on and off. You've got reverb, which turns it on and off. Again, these all work as you'd expect. And tremolo to turn that on or off. Now one little thing to tell you about the tremolo before we have a look at the sound of it is that on the 25 watt mode, the quarter power, then the tremolo isn't as effective. It doesn't sound as loud, it doesn't sound as clear. That's because of the way it works. It actually modulates the whole power section of the amplifier, from what I read a long time ago. Anyway, let's have a listen to how it sounds. Well, for this demonstration I'm using an Ibanez S470 stock pickups, pretty standard humbucker guitar with a single coil in the middle. So let's start on a clean sound. This is the clean channel. I've got only the volume on 2, and we're on the 100 watt mode. Bright switch is off. Don't know if you can see that, but this is plenty loud enough, and it's only on volume 2. So I'm not going to crunch it up really high because that will hurt my ears, frankly. Just so you know. So here we go. Any reverb you're hearing there is from the natural room. It's quite a big room here that you're hearing this in. I don't know what the sound quality is like on this camera either, so apologies if it sounds horrible or if it's not coping well with the volume of this thing. I'm trying to keep it quiet for that reason, amongst others. So that's a kind of standard sound from a bridge humbucker pickup. Here's the neck pickup. So that's the clean sound, and then here's on the middle pickup, which is a single coil. That's why you've got a little bit of hum there. While we're on this mode, we might as well try out some of the reverb and tremolo effects. So here we go on reverb. So far we've not had any reverb on. I've just turned it on. I'm going to turn it up now. Makes a little bit of noise. That's with it on 4. I'll turn it up all the way. Quite a wet sounding reverb there. I'm going to turn that down again, and we're going to have a look at the tremolo. I'm going to turn it on at the foot switch. So here we go. Here's the intensity. I'm turning up the intensity. Speed is as slow as it goes. As you can see, that's a very intense sounding reverb. You can get it all the way up to 10. Very strong reverb effect, tremolo effect when you've got the 100 watt mode on. I'm going to turn that down a bit to about 4. I'm going to try different speeds. So if you up the speed in terms of numbers, then that does it quicker. Let's have it 5 on each of them. 5 speed, 5 intensity. Then all the way up to 10 on speed. tremolo and reverb. Now let's have a look at the dirty channel. So I'll just turn that on there. Let's start on the neck pickup. So this is the gain on only, let's put it on 2 to start off with. So already on there 2 you're getting a lot more crunch than anything on the clean channel. So the clean channel is very good for your jazz and that kind of clean sound. But obviously if you want to, you can stick a pedal in front of the clean side of things. I've used a Boss overdrive pedal, which sounds lovely, I have to say, with this amp. You can't really go wrong with it. A turbo overdrive, I think it's called. Really good, really enjoyed it. No, it's turbo distortion, is it? I can't remember. Anyway, it's a nice pedal and it sounds good with this amp on the clean section. Anyway, you didn't want to hear about that, so here we've got gain on 2. Go to, hang on, that was on single coil. This is neck now. It's got lots of usable sounds here. We're going to go to the bridge pickup. There you go. That's just with the gain 2, and it obviously goes all the way up. Let's go for a 5. Getting a bit of noise now, but this is very loud. I remember how that riff goes. Anyway, that's with a bridge pickup, something a bit softer. As you might not expect, in fact, for a Fender this has actually got quite a lot of gain, quite a modern sounding dirty channel. So that's on 5, let's go all the way up to 10, and you've got lots of gain. Now, I don't normally buy a Fender for the gain, but this has got plenty of gain that you can use if you want any kind of classic rock sound. Probably if you want to do really super heavy metal stuff, then you probably want a different kind of speaker and maybe a solid state amp and loads of pedals and things. But for a vast amount of music, then this has got it covered, really. Only if you want 2 different kind of dirty sounds. You can't really do that on this, so you'd have to use pedal to get your second dirty sound, because the clean is so clean on here that you're going to have to drive it insanely hard if you're wanting just to plug straight into it to get your dirty. So you can use pedals in front of this. It sounds great. But there's the Fender Twin Amp 2011. Thanks for watching.